Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about a brand new graphics setting that was added at the beginning of Season 3 that is actually causing some serious issues with misaligned reticles. And we're going to go ahead and talk through it and kind of break it down. I want to do this video for two different reasons. One, obviously, if you're playing with this setting, that you're not getting screwed and missing shots because obviously your reticles are misaligned. And two, so hopefully there's a little bit more awareness about it from the studio so that they will be able to address this and fix it as quick as possible. And if you enjoy the video, learn something new, please do me a favor, hit the like button. If you're brand new, want to find your way back for more Call of Duty content, just double check, make sure you subscribe with notifications on. Let's go ahead and get into a few different examples. So what we'll do is look at this, and you can see that this green dot, which is the attack laser, is visible, and it looks like it's perfectly aligned. Obviously, when it's moving, it moves all over the place, which is expected, but you can see it's perfectly aligned. So what happens is if I go ahead and hold my breath to shoot this 9, the bullet goes exactly where the 9 is. And this works for the sniper rifle as well as the VOK. You can see that it's perfectly aligned where the X is. If I go right for the 7 and boom. I was a little bit off. That was me missing though. So you got it there perfectly. It worked, right? So what's currently happening is with the DLSS options, it's causing some issues. And this is regardless if you have anti-aliasing on or all the way maxed out. Does not change it. But if you go over here to the DLSS and you put it to ultra performance, this first one, it'll make it so your game is very blurry. Just because this is supposed to be meant for like 8K. My resolution is not up at 8K. It's 1440p. And then when I do this, it just makes it so it's super blurry. But it's still aligned. You can still see it there. And when I fire, bullet holes do not appear. They're just not visible. It changes your settings completely, even though the bullet hole still goes exactly where. So pretty straightforward. If you have some blurriness, it's probably because the wrong resolution misaligned. If I go to performance, it's still a little blurry, not as blurry. I think that's meant for more for 4K. So if you're playing at 4K, it might actually make your game look a little bit better. But same issue. If I aim right here, no bullet hole, come up. So it has specific settings towards those. The issues start to arise as you go to balance, a little bit worse, and then quality is just bad. So we'll kind of go ahead and show you how these look. If I go over here, you can see it's still a little bit to the right. So if I go exactly right at this 9, you still don't see the bullet hole, but it's slightly off to the right. And this isn't even that far. This is like, what, like 20-ish meters? So not a big deal, but it's starting to slightly guide off. Same issue here. You can see where the green dot is. It's a little bit to the right. So when I fire, it'll be visible on the right. What will happen is if I go to this last one, it even misaligns it even more. And the reason I want to go through the settings here is because you got to kind of do this for yourself. If you want to use DLSS, I would make sure you go through this and make sure that your optic is aligned. So in this area, I wanted to show another example that maybe wasn't as well lit so you can get a better example of what's going on here. But you can kind of see how it looks. As I go ahead and shoot, it's off center. And wherever the green laser is, that's accurate. But the actual crosshairs are not. So if we go ahead and shoot right here, right in the middle, look where the green dot is. I'm off center. This should not be in the middle of that. But it will actually hit right in the middle. If we go look at this, it's right in the middle versus actually being aligned. So you kind of have that there where it's hitting right where it's saying it is, but it doesn't actually line up the crosshairs. And this happens with several different optics, several different things where you can see right here where the green dot is. And if I line up the crosshairs exactly with the black area, it should hit the black area. But it ends up hitting where the green dot is. No matter what. So if you look closely at the green dot, I'm only going to aim where the green dot is. We're going to hit the 7. It's perfect on the green dot. This green dot. And this is off by a little bit. But at range, you will definitely notice this a little bit worse. But it's kind of harder to prove because then you got to go chase down the bullet. There's bullet drop. There's all kinds of stuff. But there's definitely a misalignment depending on which one you use. and it'll go a different direction depending on where you're at. So even though the crosshairs weren't actually lined up with these numbers, I was still able to hit them because of where the green dot is. And right here, even at point blank range almost, you can see that the dot is slightly down and to the right, whether I'm using the VOK or we have the sniper scope. So just something you need to be aware of if you're going to mess around with that DLSS setting. So personally, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have that off until that's resolved. And they come out with some kind of patch so that they're aware of it, because that's going to lead to a lot of issues, especially when you're trying to shoot somebody at 100+ meters. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, learned something new. If you did, please do me a favor, hit the like button. If you're brand new, want to find your way back, double check, make sure you subscribe with notifications on. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.